I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the Village, Facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
And the child shall lead them
Buy our merch.
to buy our merch.
So, we are on song 4 for Seven Dusted, our amazing, super sad song DJ tonight.
I don't know if it's sad as much as it's commentary on childhood trauma and various ramifications thereof. Y'all get Seven is saying we should get these songs released so we could start booking the tour. Dustin is probably going to be our manager. We are planning on doing a mini tour in the Northeast. I don't know if we've ever said that, but we got to get downstairs and start playing. We got to have a conference. I think me and you are going to take a drive tonight. We got to hammer out some stuff. But nobody cares about our drive tonight. What we care about is a band called Mindset, because they've written a song.
Giftwrap.
The name of the song is called Giftwrap. Dear listener, if you would like to be a DJ, reach out to Soraya, Vin and Sori at Gmail. What? How do they reach out to you? Vin and Sori at gmail.com, whatever. Okay. Now, the time has arrived. Mindset, Giftwrap, let's go. Get the lyrics, por favor. Go! Ominous. bullet for Cinderella.
Wow. Ooh, boy.
Okay, so what do you have?
Well, I mean, obviously, it sounds like a person that's going to be like a bomb in a backpack. It kind of makes you think of a school like situation. No regrets from the outside or safe bets to make. A package with a new name. A safe bet on the side.
A package with a new name is interesting, considering the bomb in my backpack thing. I'm watching this thing on Mormons. Like, shout out to the Mormons, but they're gangster as hell, bro.
How so?
There's this. It's a documentary. I don't know if it's on Netflix or HBO Plus or whatever, but these guys. Like, this guy uncovered something about Joseph Smith or something about the plates, and it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff about there's a ton of stuff about the Mormon story that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to just...
Yeah.
And so, but it was, these guys were in Utah. So, dude was like, yo, give us that back. And the guy's like, well, how much is it worth to you? And then the next scene is...
That's right. Yes.
Like, two dudes
That's
died.
right.
Like, I shouldn't even be laughing. Shit is not funny.
Yes,
like,
we watched that. I remember that.
Nick, you did not miss Metal Church. Yeah, but like, multiple people died over that shit. And I didn't even watch the entire documentary, man, because I don't know why I'm like, it's because like Mormons are like, oh, we're Mormons.
Well, yes.
Very nice. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Mormons.
Because you see them walking around in their 2x2, in their white shirt and black pants and name tag.
But you know,
blowing people up in the background. That's crazy.
Well, Joseph Smith was a gangster, and you know, Brigham Young, like,
but he didn't go out like they try to say he did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Joseph Smith went out like a gangster. He was killing dudes, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to.
Yeah. Shout out to the homie.
Shout out to Joseph Smith. He was murking dudes, bro. Joseph wasn't playing with y'all. He was not playing with y'all. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe the guy's thinking about mailing a package of bombs to somebody.
That's what I kind of was wondering, like with the mail thing. It's checks in the mail, so it kind of makes you think, oh, something good's coming to you, but actually it's going to, blow you up. When he said, I've got a shoebox full of snakes, that was kind of interesting too. I don't know if this is something universal, but like when we were kids, like that was kind of like the cool thing was to have like a shoebox with important stuff in it.
Yeah. That's where he kept all your shit.
Yeah. But he doesn't have important shit in there. What he has is snakes in there. Like for us girls, it was, if you were lucky enough to get a bunch of phone numbers or letters or whatever, you put it in the box. You'd have a shoebox full of letters and phone numbers.
Really?
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was a race between me and BJ and K. was gonna fill a
To
box.
see who could fill up the box with dudes' numbers.
Yeah. No, that's so terrible. But we had a very boring job.
I had competitions with my boys too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what? Why is it? Oh my gosh! So you got to have a competition with your girly friend. I had competition with my guys.
Yeah,
on that stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same.
I won. It's my mind. It's my mind. No regrets from the outside or safe bets to make. You tell me I don't belong. The truth might be wrong. You pretend I don't exist. Well, pretend you don't hear this. I got a bomb in my backpack. See, when I first heard that, I was like, holy shit, this guy's got a bomb in a backpack. But then the next line, I got a shoebox full of snakes. I was like, okay. Like, this guy's not literally talking about that, right? Like,
Oh.
but again, like, it's almost like a theme, because a shoebox full of snakes is something a child would say. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
I'm not a
you
fan
tell
of
me I
snakes.
don't belong. Like, when you're a kid, that affects you, and I think you hit a certain age where you're like, fuck that, I don't belong. You know what I mean? Like, so that is also like a childish thing to say. Like, you tell me I don't belong.
yeah, that's
You know?
yeah.
But that's what I was saying about community and how people need people around them and friendships and stuff. And remember how, like, in school there was like a snake in the teacher's desk drawer or something like
Yes.
that, stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, you might be right. Maybe in his backpack he doesn't have a bomb, but maybe he no regrets from the outside. Maybe he didn't want regrets. I don't know. And so he is gonna put the snakes out around to cause a ruckus, but at the same time, when people were just ignoring him, then he does a thing where he's like, okay, well, if you act like I don't exist, let me put it to you this way: I have a bomb. You hear me now? Do you see me now?
Right. And we actually, again, we had bomb threats in our school. Truman, shout out to Truman High School. There was one summer, and I was actually very glad. Mm-hmm. Well, it was like the summer months, like, May, June time. We had like a bunch of these bomb threats come out, bro. Like, and like, think about that logistically. They had to clear out the whole damn. There's like thousands and thousands of kids. They had to clear us all out, make sure we were good.
Did they ever find out who made the bomb threat?
Never. Wasn't any of my folks. There wasn't any of my folks. There was a conspiracy theory that it was actually because you had Crips, Bloods, all these, like, but we were in Co-op City. Mm-hmm. And so the school was like literally in the center of all of these like very highbrow apartment complexes. So like Co-op City was kind of like an experiment, like, let's do low income housing, but like upgrade it. Mm-hmm. So you had all these ghetto people with this ghetto mindset in these very nice apartments. And the second time the fire drill happened, dude got shot. So people were saying that the whole thing was a setup because,
oh my gosh,
it's the whole surprise violence of action thing. They had, whatever, but it was
awful.
one of those things where it was
that
like,
is awful.
Like that's,
wow.
it is what it is, like
Yeah.
Tactically, that's actually a pretty smart thing to do.
It is.
Some of
That's
these
crazy.
guys, man, could have been,
Yeah. With their minds that they could have done with it.
yeah, and their willingness to inflict violence and be brave, but like, well, brazen. I'd say brazen, not necessarily brave, but brazen. Just broad daylight. All they wanted was a couple seconds just to see you. Just want to see you for a couple seconds, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because you and I have such different backgrounds. Like, there's the interracial elements of our relationship, and then there's like literally your history and my history are just completely different. So you have a bomb threat, somebody gets shot at the freaking bomb threat in Maine.
Someone gets shot at the bomb. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
in Maine, we had, when the bomb threats are going off all around the country, like, they started doing it in Maine. Like, the school has a bomb threat, the next one. They just exit the school. Nothing ever happened. And I always felt, and this is very, very horrible, but I always felt extremely bored growing up. And so I always wanted, like, something to happen. And so I'm like, nothing happens. They make all these bomb threats. They empty the school. It would be nice to see the school blow up. not with the kids in it, but get the kids out and blow school up. But none of that was happening. Of course, I was a teenager at the time. So, and then at my job, like there was a bomb threat at my job. And so they hurried up and they exited everybody out of the building and everybody was in a big rush. I had zero fear that thing was going to blow up. I was convinced it was just another fake. Now, if it wasn't, I'd have been blown up in that building because I was, you know what it was? I went to wash my hands. I'm not leaving this building and sit out there for 2 hours with my hands unwashed.
Well, after the homie got shot, then everybody was like, well, shit. Might as well take my luck in the explosion. Yeah, and they only had it was weird because it was happening consistently. Like, there was 1 week where it happened 3 times, the next week it happened 2 times, the next week it happened 4 times.
See? So bomb threat to you is like, people are dying. Bomb threat to me is, nothing's happening. It's just somebody making a phone call.
Well, I remember the first time it happened, the alarms rang and yada, 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 and we were like looking at each other. We didn't know what to do. And then the teacher didn't know what to do. And then the intercom came. Miss Nasser, shout out to Miss Nasser. She retired. Shout out to the homie. She was really good. Like, suburban woman, made a lot of money, quit what she was doing so she could, she was really good to us. And I'm surprised that she stayed as long as she did.
Really?
We didn't deserve her as a. She was a very, very good person. But yeah, the first time the fire alarm went off, we were like, what? And it's a fire drill. You gotta go outside. Blah blah blah. And then that's what it was, because there were 4 more, but they were like drills. The fire department came in and explained to us how to do, because we had 7 floors. So like, just imagine logistically, just horrible. I mean, knowing what I know now, I'm like, oh my God, that place was a fucking death trap, bro.
Absolutely.
We only had a few exits and, a lot of predictability, like not a lot of leeway, a lot of bottlenecking, like just terrible situation. And then if you're on anything above the 3rd floor, forget it. Like, it was just, now, like, after you learn certain things and you're like, holy shit. This is not good.
Yeah, they need to make a lot more doors in schools. That's true. A lot more exits.
Yeah, and then some of these are just tactically impossible to keep people alive if there's a real bad situation. Just impossible, especially in New York, because there's just such a high concentration of people.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you think about the whole fatal funnel principle, right? Like, there's a sense in which when you're in a situation when there's such a collocation of human beings, it kind of focuses the fire in such a way for the person automatically. So the group of people themselves become the sort of wall for the funnel, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
Because everybody's going in the same way, in the same direction. So if you think about relativity, that kind of functions as just a steady wall. And so, but yeah, they shot that dude, bro. Like,
just him. Nobody else got it?
He's the only one that got it. And like 2 or 3 weeks previous, he boxed somebody pretty bad. Like, usually they say, I'll give you $150. $150 is 150 stitches. Like, he went, wow. Like, yeah, he was pretty gruesome. I'm not even going to describe it. It was pretty gruesome. And so, like, when he got killed, like, nobody felt bad for him.
Really?
Nobody shed a tear for him. Nobody said anything. Everybody was like, who was it? They was like, yo, it's Javon's. Like, everybody was like, oh, well. Because it was he was a grimy dude. He was, I mean, to this day, like, I don't feel anything for him. Like, he was, yeah, it was terrible. It was just, what he did to that kid was just, and the kid was he was a punk. Like, he was, kid just got jumped into the gang, and then they were trying to, like, start up this little young movement or whatever. He was a 9th grader, and then, Jay just goes out, just horrible guy.
My God.
And everybody hated him for doing that shit, bro. But that kid, like, his gang was like, we were all sleeping on him because we didn't think that they were, you know what I'm saying? They were kids.
Yeah.
They were 9th graders. We were juniors going on seniors, and Jay was a super senior. He was there for like 6 years. He was about to, like, completely age out. Like, just kick him out of school.
Wow. Okay.
And
really?
Yeah, he boxed that kid pretty bad. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is his parents probably didn't even know what he did. So to them, it was just some random act.
I
our
know.
son got killed.
I know.
And they have no clue.
Yeah,
that their kid boxed
it's
somebody up
always
like
this,
that.
But I've never seen that. Most of the time, somebody gets killed, it's like, oh man, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
People start eulogizing. Nobody eulogized that guy because the events were just so close to each other,
Yeah.
and we all saw it. And like even the hardest killers.
It happened at school. The box cutting.
Yeah, he did it at school. Yeah, he did it right in the gym.
What?
Because I told you, like at the gym downstairs, out of the locker rooms goes right out to the field.
Yeah.
And so guys just jump the fence from the track.
That's right. You told me that.
That's
Yeah.
all the weapons, all
Yeah.
the guns, a lot of shootings happened there. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit happened by the track. Like dudes would be freestyling, like, shot him on his back, left him on the track, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, so rest in peace, I guess, man. But this kid, it wasn't gang shit. It was,
He's not being accepted.
yeah.
Not being seen. You pretend I don't exist.
Yeah,
And you know what?
The name of the song is Gift Wrap. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of ironic.
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes I notice the way that like for instance, today I went to the grocery store and the man that was bagging the groceries didn't seem very intelligent. Maybe there was something, mentally wrong with him. There was some issue. He wasn't completely
There.
Yeah. But he was bagging the groceries and he kept trying to talk to the cashier and the cashier was giving him like, shoot. It would have been better if she would have said, I don't feel like talking right now, instead of ignoring him like that. And he was trying to be friendly and she was it was mean. I felt bad.
Wow.
But I had a million things I was thinking about. So I didn't even engage him because I was thinking about my own stuff. I did notice their interaction and I was watching her reaction and her body language to him. And then he packs up my groceries and then he said, ma'am, I'm so sorry that I didn't say anything to you. I didn't ask you how your day was. And I said, oh, even if you asked, I probably wouldn't have heard it. I've got so many things going in my head right now. And so he laughed. He goes, we all have a lot going in our head. I said, exactly. And so then I just, said a couple nice things to him and then I left. But I was thinking about how had he been a young, attractive man, even if she wasn't interested or she was in another, she would have listened to him and she would have talked back. But because of what he looked like, he was disposable to her. And it's really sad to see that human beings treat other people like they're disposable or trash even, like the way that, we saw even with the swimming stuff when we're in our town, like I didn't realize how bootleg our town is until I saw the other places.
Yeah.
But then once I saw the other places, I'm like, because the one that we go to is better than the other one. There's another one close by that's a Y, and that one's the worst.
Right.
This one's much nicer. But then when we went to the other places, I'm like, okay. So just like, there's just groups of people that just don't get treated the same in the living conditions and stuff. And it's just, for a kid to have to go through that and then to see that adults still do it.
Well, adults are just big kids. The more and more we look at human behavior, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
yeah, it's a difficult situation. There's a lot of pain the kids are going. I told a story like there was a situation, this altercation with Dorian. I lost my mind, went after a bunch of dudes or whatever, and there was this dude that was watching the whole situation happen. And he came to me and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't really have a dad growing up, bro. So it was cool to see you like standing up for your son or whatever." And I think about that kid a lot, man. Like these kids growing up without dads and shit, then they go to school. It's fucking brutal out there for these kids, man. And this dude wrote this song, 90, what? I don't know. Genius decided to update all their shit, so now it's all crazy. But it's so much harder now to be a young person at school than the rest of us. Like back in the day, like you used to watch like Family Matters or any of these corny shows, Full House, and the kid would have some horrible experience. People would be bullying him, and then the parent would say, oh, this is going to pass. Don't worry about it. There'll be somebody else to make fun of tomorrow. It's not like that now. These kids, man, they're getting really like, man. Look, all I could tell you kids is give yourself a shot. Do your time at school and get out of there and get successful. And all those people who are bullying you will be working for you, inshallah. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's really, really tough what dudes are going through, and girls too. Girls too. My sister got in a conflict with somebody. She threw a desk across the room and almost killed the girl. All right. I give this song a solid 8.8 for me.
8.7 for me.
Yeah, sure. We've got 2 more songs, guys. Well, 1 more song till Meadow Church. 7 Dust is coming up next. Not for you, because you're not in the live stream. Dear listener, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.